This is the Matt and Muse Show with Matt Hensler and Adam Musinski. Welcome back to the Matt and Muse podcast. This is Adam Musinski. I'm with Matt Hensler.
Hello.
We got a cool little list of things to talk about, and yeah, I guess the first topic that I want to touch on is Mrs. Hensler is
my lovely wife.
39 weeks pregnant now.
Just over 39 weeks and 1 day.
How is she doing?
She is miserable. Absolutely miserable.
And we sit in my basement and talk about random things and drink beer. This is great.
Before I left today, I asked, do you need anything? Several times. And she said no. I should have known that meant yes. And I'm sure I'll get a stern talking to when I get home. But this is our last podcast, I think, before I'm a dad. So it's exciting. I'm nervous.
Let's live it up.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be good. I'm excited for you. Yeah.
No,
it's going to be a blast. I'm waiting for the text of, I'm going to the hospital.
I don't know what to do.
Right. Can I call you in a couple minutes so you can walk me through this?
It's incredibly exciting. She's doing very well.
Good.
Pregnancy's been actually very good so far.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been very fortunate, and it's down to the nitty gritty now.
And you do not know what you're having, correct?
We do not.
That's exciting.
I'm hoping boy.
Of course.
I don't know how to take care of a girl. But
the things that can come back at that statement just are inappropriate for the podcast.
So bring on the boy.
They're fun, man. You're gonna have a ball either way.
Oh, I know.
Either way.
I'll be happy and excited either way.
For sure.
Not finding out has been stressful, but
yeah,
so far so good. Get a nice neutral color nursery.
You got to do it. No commitment one way or another.
Absolutely.
So, speaking of pregnancies, Danica Patrick. Let's spread a rumor. She retired from Matt can't stop laughing now. So the story behind this is we were sitting at the bar, go figure,
discussing very important things.
Yeah,
we were business. It was business.
Yeah,
all the way.
Yeah, we were talking to each other, and we had a couple other buddies around, and the news came across that Danica Patrick was retiring from racing, and I think it was Casey next to me just goes, "Oh, she must be pregnant."
Absolutely, race is dangerous for pregnant people.
Exactly. So, boom, rumor: Danica Patrick is pregnant. You heard it first on Matt and Muse. Good job, Aaron Rodgers. Wait. Yeah, those two, right? Okay. Yeah. I don't pay attention to the dating world.
Well, I mean, it's Aaron Rodgers and Danica Patrick.
Yeah.
It's the power couple.
5'2", 100 pounds.
Monster of a lady.
Aaron Rodgers has to be a foot taller than her at least. It's funny. When she first started racing, she came onto the circuit, and she started NASCAR like 6 years. She's been racing for 15, 20 by now.
Oh, yeah.
But I just remember thinking, I'm like, man, if she was good looking, it would be a perfect combination. But she wasn't at the time, so I was like, all right, whatever. Well, she's evolved, and when you have money, things happen. I don't know specifics, but...
Are you slandering Danica Patrick?
No, I'm just saying now she is very attractive. She's got Aaron Rodgers, obviously. It's more of a story now.
I'd say more that Aaron Rodgers has her. Aaron Rodgers doesn't seem like a picky man.
He is 6'2", 225.
He outweighs her by 120 pounds and is a foot taller than her. That's got to be an interesting wedding.
They're not getting married.
Oh, she's pregnant. They're going to have to eventually. It'd be weird at that point.
Oh,
what does Mrs. Rogers say about that? She seems like a very down-to-earth, old-school type lady.
He doesn't talk to his family.
I know, but they're going to be invited to the wedding.
Are they? we should get my wife down here because she watched The Bachelor, and it was his brother was on it, and she knew like all about the family. And it was like, Aaron Rodgers doesn't talk to his family. That's how I found out. And Aaron Rodgers is like, no, screw you guys.
Huh. Well,
Melanie?
please wake up. And,
No, let her sleep. She's good. She's good.
Come help us with our bullshit.
So, to continue the baby segment, Jameson is a year and 4 months.
Still.
Yeah.
That's what happens, because when you talk about it in months, it's wonderful. You don't break it down to weeks.
No. It's never in weeks.
Good.
It's weeks when they're like under a month or two. Then it's just months. And then we get into the big debate of is it a year and 4 months or 16 months, which that poll blew up. Thank you, everyone, for voting. I think you were right on that, saying a year and 4 months compared to 16 months.
Of course, because I'm a normal human being that uses all forms of measurement in measuring age.
You're not normal. You're furthest thing from normal.
He's still out on that one.
But anyways, so Jameson, yeah, doing good. In the past 2 weeks, since our last podcast, I'd swear to God, he has grown up so much. We took him camping. He was running around, chasing people. He
Runs
was
a 4.840 now.
Yeah, hitting on chicks, literally. My buddy's got a little girl that's 2 or 3 months older than Jameson. Kept giving her hugs, kissing her on the forehead. That's how I knew he was definitely mine.
Took a year to find that out.
Yeah. But he's a huge daddy's boy, which is hilarious. But no, he's fun. He's growing so fast. And now that we're outside more, all he wants to do is play with the dog. Like, he'll jump on loose. He's like, good girl. And just pet her and everything. It's the cutest thing ever. He's so adorable.
He's a good kid. Great kid.
Humble brag. I did good.
Well, remember half of that is your wife.
That's true. I got lucky.
Probably more than half of that.
Right. Yeah, like 95%.
Good job with that DNA there.
Woo! I tried. I helped. It's telling me there's a chance.
You were there.
I was. I'm going to stop before this gets inappropriate.
Still trying to keep it PG.
Trying.
13.
So, NBA Finals. A little transition there. You like that?
That was a terrible transition.
That was a terrible
We're
transition.
making our way through, though.
Yeah, we're getting there. Game 2 is, I guess we should have started with this. It is currently Saturday night on June 2nd, right? Yeah.
Yes, June 2nd.
Yeah. So,
my anniversary's in 4 days. Don't let me forget.
you'll probably be in the hospital.
That's possible, too.
That'd be hilarious.
That'd be... Oh, I wouldn't
Baby
forget.
born.
If I either forget two things or
You're either
of them, so...
Right. You're either not in the doghouse or in the super doghouse. No middle ground. Yeah, so anyways, NBA Finals started. Did you watch Game 1? Be honest.
Bits and pieces.
Okay.
I didn't watch a whole lot of it.
I did. I turned it down when I got home from golf. I was shocked that Cleveland was in it until the end, like until overtime. They had a chance to win. J.R. Smith made the biggest mistake of his career, I think. They could have stole that game.
Absolutely. They had it won. I mean, when he came down with that rebound, he had a perfect shot.
Yeah.
I mean, all he had to do was go right back up.
Yeah.
He either would have made it or he would have been fouled.
Oh,
Absolutely.
for sure.
And they had an opportunity for more free throws at that point.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know what he was thinking. I mean, I've heard contradicting things. At one point he said, I thought we were ahead. Another point he said, I knew we were tied. I don't know what he thought. I don't know if he was thinking they were going to call a timeout. That's a blunder, big time.
It's you need to go in the huddle before that free throw and be like, if we get the rebound, just call timeout. Don't dribble, don't do it. Just stand there, grab the ball, timeout. You're going to have 4.7 seconds on the clock. You got the number one player in the world.
But about him, you made a good point the other day. You said if things were changed and they did call a timeout and they inbound to LeBron James, he missed the shot.
Oh, yeah.
All of a sudden, ESPN's saying LeBron James isn't clutch.
Exactly.
As opposed to LeBron scored 51 and his team didn't help him out.
Right.
It's absurd. I mean,
It's a double-edged sword. Unless LeBron gets the ball, makes the shot, they win, or J.R. Smith doesn't do what he does and they win, none of this conversation's happening right now.
Absolutely. But they go to overtime, they lose, and now we have to wait
5 days. 2.
Basketball, nice winter sport that stretches out to July.
I think they usually scheduled to finish right before Father's Day. That's ridiculous.
It is.
The Stanley Cup is going to have 3 games done before their second game.
Absolutely. It's absurd, but it's the money grab. It's all it is.
Yeah. So
and good for them, I guess. They're still making tons of money.
But I watching that game, Cleveland, they lost. They let it go. But it proves to that team, I hope they take this away at least, that they have a shot.
Oh, yeah.
Like, is it good? No. But Golden State is beatable. They can go in as long as you keep up with them and don't get carried away. Play your game. LeBron's going to have to score 50. They're going to have to play that game 4 more times to win. But it can be done, and I hope they realize that. I still take Golden State in 5. I'll give LeBron 1 game just because he's LeBron, and when they go back to the queue, it's going to be rocking. But if they stole that first game, you're talking series changer.
Oh, big time.
Big time. And by series changer, they may win 2 instead of 1. I'm still, like, at the end of the day, it's still Golden State.
You've got LeBron James versus a team of all-stars right now. I mean, there's good for LeBron.
Hall of Famers.
Oh, easily. I mean, at least 3, if not 4.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's hopefully the series ends up close. Maybe they'll go to 6 or 7 games. That'd be ideal. But same token, I'm ready for NBA to be done.
Yeah.
Let's get the trophy away.
Right.
Move on to the summer sports.
/ nothing. Golf.
And baseball.
Baseball, yeah.
Obviously.
So, yeah. Is this LeBron's best performance? This is my last NBA topic, I swear.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a LeBron fan by any means.
No, I know you're not.
Everybody that I talk to, they know that. But LeBron he's playing out of his mind. He absolutely is. I mean, when he's scoring 50 points and still losing the game, that proves that he's a great player. He is. Yeah. Is he the best of all time? That's not up for me to decide.
You can't debate that. No. It's a different game.
Absolutely.
In the 80s and 90s, you could hand check. It was so much more physical. And yeah, maybe if he was brought up then, he would still be that dominant, but he wasn't. It's not the same game.
Well, LeBron still gets away with a lot of hand checks, I got to say.
Well, yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. But you can't compare. It's like saying, the 70-win or 72-win Bulls against the 73-win Warriors. You can't compare. It's like a different game. I get it's still basketball underneath, but it's a different style of play, different defense, and back then you didn't have super teams, and now you do.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, LeBron James, first ballot Hall of Famer.
Oh, for sure.
Easy. He deserves it, but still not a fan.
No.
Never will be.
Respectable. I'll take it.
Dipping our toes in the water. I don't care if it gets any hotter. It's you and me remembering how to have fun. Let's put our hearts together. 2 parts love and a pinch of good weather, and top it all off with the sun. Mix it with rum. Mix it with rum.
So another cocky little dude. Here's this Zlatan guy plays MLS soccer. I think he's 36 years old. He has the best commentary at all of his press conferences. So I had a couple quotes here I kept from his first game. So he signs with.
For the record, he's not that little. He's 6'5".
That's
but
true.
Continue.
Okay, touche. So anyways, he signs with the Galaxy, and he's at his press conference after the first game. He's in the U.S. for like a day, if that, when they go to play. So they didn't start him or anything. And the crowd chanted, "We want Zlatan. We want Zlatan." So this dude goes up to the podium, and they ask him, "Oh, you played. I think you played about 20 minutes, scored a couple goals,
Something like that, yeah. I
And-
don't know. Maybe only scored one.
Okay.
I don't know for sure.
I know he scored though, but his quote after that game is, "I heard the crowd saying, 'We want Zlatan, we want Zlatan,' and then he says, 'So I gave him Zlatan. They were pushing me, and I was giving back.'" This dude is cocky, but he backs it up, and he says everything with a smile. You can't hate him. It's great. He did a driver's test when he came to the United States, and he's like, someone asked him if he apparently he missed something like parallel parking or something, and his response is, "Zlatan never misses, remember," and walked away.
Have you seen his yacht?
No, I have not seen his yacht.
He's got a yacht that cost him £6 million. I don't know the exact equivalency in U.S. dollars. It's huge. It's one of those yachts that you can only bring in so close to shore, and you have to take another very large boat to get to the yacht. It's amazing. He's a soccer player.
Soccer players are rich. Look at Ronaldo.
I know. It's
He makes more than
unbelievable.
LeBron.
And they're in good shape.
Yeah.
We missed a calling. Imagine if we were good at soccer. We'd be hot.
So 1 pound equals 1.33 U.S. dollars. So he paid 6 million pounds.
Yes.
So that's
do the
like-
math.
That's my math skills. I'm just leave that there and move on.
I'm proud of the guy. I'm a huge fan of Zlatan.
He's just so funny. It's one of those dudes, like, he's older, so he's humble. He's already done it, but he knows he's good. He knows he's overpaid, and he's just saying cool stuff. Like, when he, before the first game, he goes, "Things go like they're not," or when he talk about overseas, "Things go like they're not supposed to go, but destiny said, I will come here. LA called, and I answered." Like, he says cocky things, but by no mean they're demeaning at all. He's basically just pumping up his ego, which I'm perfectly fine with. And he's funny. He's making, at least my generation, our generation, I feel like really brought soccer to the United States. Myself, I never really got into it.
Soccer's huge.
Yeah,
These
that's
kids
just
now,
it.
that's all they
That's
play.
just it. This guy makes me interested in it, though. And that's like when Jameson grows up, he's going to play soccer. I know it. I don't know anything about soccer except you kick a ball towards the goal, and apparently there's some weird offsides rule that I still don't understand.
I mean, it's offsides.
Just let me make my point.
I mean,
But-
all these kids are playing soccer.
Oh, yeah.
All the other youth sports, especially football, they're hurting right now. Big
For
time.
sure.
And these kids they're emerging. They're playing soccer. It's safe. There's less concussions. With
Yep.
the whole concussion thing going around, that's what they think.
Yep.
And they head the ball occasionally. That's the only head trauma they might have.
Mhm.
I mean, parents love soccer because it's safe. It's easy. They take them to a weekend tournament. They play 6 games. They take them home. Give them orange slices in
Yeah.
between the games.
You need cleats, shin pads, a ball, and some room. That's it.
That's why soccer is the most popular sport in the world. You need
Easy.
nothing.
Yeah.
You need no gear whatsoever. I mean, that's why they're able to play it in impoverished countries. If they have a ball,
Right.
they can play.
Yeah.
They don't need shoes.
No.
So I mean, it's why it rules, and now it's finally making a huge impact in the U.S. and it's not going away at any time. Good for soccer players though, and being in shape. And other soccer news, real quick. Do you remember the infamous Zidane headbutt?
Yeah.
Do you know what he's been doing since then?
No.
He was a coach for Real Madrid,
Okay.
and he walked away.
Why?
I haven't heard the exact details about it yet, but he could have been the first coach, I believe, to have 4 consecutive championships and walked
wow.
away. Don't know why. Hopefully more comes out about it soon.
We'll have to pay attention to that.
He's come a long way since his headbutt.
right.
That was one of the most hilarious moments in all of sports. I don't like him. They hit you with my head.
right. I hope so. MLS is expanding I know they chose two more cities. I know Detroit wasn't one of them, but I would like to see Detroit get a soccer club. I know there's the Detroit Football Club, which is sponsored by a couple local breweries and cideries and stuff.
Yep.
And they're pulling in 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 people to a game that is not minor league. It's just like an independent league. Hey, we're going to play you. Okay, cool. Set up a schedule. There's no championship or anything. So I see soccer just continuing to explode in the United States.
We're going to have to go down and check a game. I've heard it's an absolute riot.
Oh, yeah.
Any soccer game, the fans, they cheer when they score, but they're there throwing paper airplanes.
Oh, right.
And drinking in the stands. That just sounds like our kind of crowd.
I'm in.
Let's go get in a fight in a soccer game.
What else we have to go see in Detroit is the PGA Tour. This is not on our list. I just want to touch on it real quick. I'm super pumped that it's coming back to Michigan. I think it was 2009, the Buick Open, Tiger won.
Yep.
That was the last time they were there in Grand Blanc. But, yeah, they're coming not only to Michigan, they're coming to Detroit inside the city limits at the country club. I know people are talking, the country club's not the nicest facility, but I think you're going to bring in so much tourism, so many dollars. I think it's great for the city. It's great for the state. And I know Midland's coming out with the LPGA Tour. I believe that is also next year.
Yes.
So I think golf it's coming back. It's bringing money in, and I'm just excited to see Michigan getting on the map with it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's going to be huge for the state and the city of Detroit.
Yeah.
I'm super excited to see this come. It's been way too long. I mean, that's been, what, 9? Yeah, 9.
Yeah, it'll be 10 years.
It'll be 10 years. I mean, we've got such beautiful courses in the state. There's no reason that we can't be used for these big tournaments. And I would think that the country club, they have a year to make things look sharp and get things etched up, and they absolutely will.
It's already a country club, so for Joe Schmo golfer, you and me, it's awesome. And yeah, that's just it. They have a year. Over the next year, they're going to have so many restrictions on what you can do on that course that it's going to be in pristine shape by next year.
Think you can take your own cooler on that course?
You probably can, but you'd get caught.
So they have rangers there? Weird.
Not the ranger that's sleeping in the corner.
Just don't chug a beer in the 7th green. That's where the rangers pass.
Right. Get close to the clubhouse, put a koozie on that thing. We went golfing a little bit ago. Not the greatest time of my life.
I had a riot.
You did. You had a couple really good holes.
Had a couple really bad holes, too.
Yeah.
Get rid of those couple 9s. Had a great round.
Right. Hey, you whipped it under 50. You got to take it.
Absolutely. 49.
Yeah, we'll get to the rest of my golf later. Johnny Manziel, back playing football.
Good for him.
I mean, it's something we got to talk about since we want to talk about sports, but I'm glad he's not in the gutter.
Yeah, kid's come a long way. He really has.
I think the CFL is the best chance he does have.
Go win a couple of Grey Cups.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll see him in the NFL again. He's going to have to prove a lot.
His attitude is not conducive with teams.
No.
I mean, we can't get one of the best quarterbacks in a team right now that's being politically active, let alone a quarterback that is just off his rocker 90% of the time.
Right.
I think that he's going to do good in the CFL. There's no reason he shouldn't. He's not a bad quarterback by any means. I mean, he's just got a lot of growing up to do. And Canada, I think, is where he's going to stay.
Yeah, I think so too. Like I said, we've seen players come out of there. We've seen Antonio Brown's dad was like the greatest receiver in CFL history. So you have success there. I think it's his best chance. I hope he does well, but I guess we'll see what happens. If he comes back to the NFL, great. But I think he's kind of found his home and just needs to take it and run with it.
I think my favorite thing about the CFL is their lack of care for safety.
Right.
They still keep the field goal post at the front of the end
Oh,
zone.
yeah.
And then the receivers can get a running start.
Yep.
It's awesome. I love watching the CFL. Too bad it's never on. Stupid NFL is taking up all your time.
Don't you get CBC, the Canadian Broadcasting Channel?
I don't know. If I do,
like I should talk. I don't even have cable. I just use an antenna. That's
if
fine.
I do, I hope I'm going to go home and watch the Red Green Show. It's one of my favorites.
It's one of my favorites. All right, one more little important, serious topic is the NFL National Anthem debate. The owners came out, and there's a new rule. I hate how Goodell put this rule into effect, bypassing the union, the players' union, but basically saying you have to stand or you have to be off the field. If you don't stand and you're on the field, your team gets fined. So the player itself doesn't get fined, which is how he was able to do this without contacting the union. I'm all about the United States. I'm all about respect for our country, our military, to everything. It's just shady.
I'm angry. By the end of last season, this whole issue was on its way out.
Yeah.
We understood what players did, why they did it. A lot of the teams agreed to give money to certain organizations the players wanted to raise awareness towards. Things were finally getting back to more normal.
Yeah, they were.
And then all of a sudden this comes across the table, and we're back to square one.
Yep.
So these players are able to perform their protests in a completely different way. The way they did it before is not allowed anymore. So you're forcing something else upon them. So in essence, you're saying, yeah, you can protest as long as you do it this way and only this way. And I just don't think that's right. And like I said,
No.
I mean, it was virtually gone by the end of last year, and now here we go, starting back.
It's a
over
topic again. I mean, we can get into the politics of it. Like I said, I don't want to do that on this show, but it just keeps coming. It's hanging around.
I mean, there's no reason to. I mean, the way I read it, I mean, you might not agree, is it's Goodell trying to make all the owners happy.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
And it's
100%.
That's frustrating. That's not what he's there for.
No. I know he's supposed to represent the owners and everything, but these players are standing up for something they believe in and something Goodell, myself, yourself, has never experienced. And they're bringing to light these situations that need to be addressed and they need to be fixed. And a lot of them are going out. A lot of the players are going out. They're trying their best to make a difference. And I don't blame them for doing what they're doing. No. 90% of the population never has to go through what a lot of their friends have gone through. Absolutely. A lot of them have gone through. Unfortunately, that's a society we live in. But you got to keep talking about it. It's a conversation that has to keep going. It has to get beyond Goodell. And he needs to stop intervening and doing what he thinks, good for the Shield, so-and-so. Why don't you go join them and help out more and say, hey, we're going to support you. You do what you want to do, but we're going to be here. We're going to be right by your side and go from there.
I've never been a fan of Goodell from day one.
Oh, no.
He's been just a puppet. He's always been for the owners.
He's overpaid. He's a lawyer. I mean, it's a two different societal groups in the NFL. You have the majority of the players come from middle class or below, and these owners and Goodell just have money on top of money on top of money. It's not meant to work that way.
No, but it does. And if it didn't, we wouldn't have an NFL.
Right. That's just, yeah.
So there's eventually there's going to have to be a way to hash things out. But the way it sits right now, I mean, this ordeal was gone, and now it's not.
It's always going to be a debate. I don't think there's a perfect answer. Well, I know the perfect answer is stop the hate and abuse and everything. But until that happens, we're going to still be sitting here talking about it.
unfortunately. Let's talk about something better.
Let's get on. This is too much serious stuff in a row here. Yeesh.
I was told yesterday you attended a baseball game of our, I think it's our best minor league baseball team in the Tri-Cities.
It's not Saginaw Beats.
They're not minor league yet.
Okay.
They're just a summer team.
Yeah, so it was CMU, Central Michigan University Alumni Night at Dow Diamond in Midland last night. And my wife, me, and some of our friends went down there. And we get there a little after 6. First pitch is like 7:10, 7:05. And we're sitting there eating burgers, whatever. And one of the staff comes by and is like, "Hey, do you guys want to do one of the games?" And we saw location, what are you talking about? And they're like, "Oh, like the mid-inning games where you run out on the field and we make you do something silly." And we're like, "All right, what is it?" They said, "You build a burger." So the essence of it is you have a top bun as one person and a bottom bun as one person.
Which one were you?
I was the bottom. I had sandals on. No, I would, because with my luck, I'd be running up and down the field, my knee would give out, and I'd be like dead.
You old man.
But I'd probably make ESPN that way, so I should have done it.
Would have been the not top 10.
Right.
Where they used to do the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
You would have been that for a year.
For a year, yeah, easily. So anyways, it was me and one of my good friends, Jay, against his wife and his sister. And we're talking smack, getting pumped up. We're ready. They say, meet us at guest services at the middle of the second. So we go over there. They bring us down, split us up. So we sit there for a good 20 minutes because they're like, "Oh, we're doing it in the middle of the third, so there's 5 more outs." I'm like, "All right, that's fine." And the visiting team just went on a run. So nonetheless, we get on the field. They blow the whistle. We go. I lay down. My man Jay kills it. All the toppings, jumps on, winner, chicken dinner, free T-shirt.
All right.
It was fun. It was something I've never done before. Probably won't ever be able to do it again. But we're walking off the field in our big old burger bun costume things, and I'm like, next time I gotta swing my feet the other way because I kept catching his little burger outfit. I was like, I kept trying to move my feet and everything. Like, next time my head goes here. Everyone was cracking up. It was fun. It was a good time. Well, I'll have to get a video out there on our Facebook page about it.
The Loons suck though. They are not.
Oh yeah, they got like 4. Well, they got more than 4 wins, but they don't have a lot.
They're struggling right now.
Yeah.
That's okay. So, speaking of baseball, my own world of baseball here, where I coach high school baseball. Earlier today, we had our district baseball game, and
Nice.
Unfortunately, we lost. It was a hard-fought game. Absolutely was. Proud of the guys. They played really well. But we unfortunately end up losing by 1 run in extra innings. In light of that, though, or maybe not,
I don't know if it's in light of.
I got kicked out of my first baseball game today.
Okay. No.
Hold on.
No.
Kicked out of the game. So, a certain official that we had behind the plate, I did not agree with a lot of what he did throughout the game. And things came to a head in the bottom of the 8th inning. We ended up losing, and I walked out in the field to shake hands, and I just reminded the umpire that he gave the other team the game for various reasons, and I told him all about that too. And he then threatened to kick me out of the game if I said one more word. So I said a few more words.
Just a few.
And I said, there's no game to kick me out of. The game's over, and this is districts, and we lost. We're done. He goes, I'll kick you out for next season. I said, you can't kick me out of a whole season. He goes, oh, yeah? Coach, he's out of here. I said, out of where? There's nowhere to be out of. The game's over. We don't have any games left in the season. So
you were out of there.
I let him have it, and then the parents let him have it because they all sided with me because they know exactly what happened.
Because you're the best, Matt.
I am, absolutely. My wife knows it. That's what she tells me. I think she just tells me that to keep my confidence up. It was a good season. We finished the season 11-12. Like I said, I'm really proud of the guys. They played well. I don't know what next year is going to hold. I may not be coaching there again, but we'll see. But season's over. Now we're on to being a dad and playing fast pitch softball for the remainder of the summer, which is very exciting. Moving on to bigger and better baseball. Detroit Tigers lately have gone on a bit of a tear. Have you watched any of their games at all?
Yeah, they're surprisingly not horrible. They're not going to win the division, I don't think, but
no, I don't think so either.
In the fight,
I would put my money right now on Cleveland. The weather started warming up, and they started playing really good baseball.
Yep.
But the Tigers right now, it was was it Tuesday night where they had a rain delay? Might have been Wednesday. And a goose flew on the field.
Yeah.
And ever since that goose showed up, they've been playing good baseball. They're hitting the crap out of the ball, playing good defense, pitching the ball very well. I don't care if they have to have a rally goose as long as they keep winning. Good for them. Miggy's back. He's not 100% healthy yet, but he's off the DL. He had a shot today. They just about took the pitcher out with. They end up winning today 7-4, I want to say. They played a good game. They really did. They got some young kids in their team that are playing really, really well. Their pitchers are getting healthy again. I mean, they should do a lot better than a lot of people anticipated, which is great to see with this team. So, I mean, that's two things going to happen later in the year. I mean, come to trade deadline, and they could trade away some people that are potentially be worth something, get some more young kids, build even more if they think they're actually going to make a run for whatever reason at the division.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going the way they are. Maybe pick a few people up, but good for them.
They're playing with house money. No one expected them to be 28-30 at this point.
No, not at all. Not at all. I mean, it's a weak division, yes. And there's going to be a lot of changes throughout the back half of the season after the All-Star break, I'm sure. I mean, we're going to lose a lot of games that we shouldn't. We might squeak out a few that we have no business even trying to win. So I'm Tigers fans till I die. I mean, it's as good or as bad as they ever are. I'll keep rooting for them. I don't have anybody else to root for.
Go Cards.
Oh.
Yeah, family from St. Louis, so I always have had a little thing for them, unfortunately.
Oh, whatever.
Whatever.
There's worse teams you could like, I guess.
Exactly.
Like stinking Yankees.
Oh, yeah, no, screw the Yankees.
Oh.
The Cards are good, and they got a good organization, so, I mean, it's not like I'm rooting for the Rockies.
At least it's an NL team.
Yeah, if it was an AL team, no. I have every sport I have probably two favorite teams, and it's always obviously Detroit, and then someone from another conference.
What's your number 2 NFL team?
Steelers.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
Why?
Dude, the Steelers.
Oh, well, I never thought about it that way.
No, I've always had a thing for them. I don't know what it is. And then Antonio Brown's on there. Fire up chips. He chip. Word. Yeah. That's what I got. And then I'm going to do this right back to you, so you better start thinking. So NHL, I got Red Wings, and so the whole conference change thing screwed me up because I kind of like the Capitals, but the only reason I like the Capitals is because of Ovechkin. Huge Ovechkin fan. That's all I got there.
Man, I don't like Ovechkin.
You're a Crosby guy, aren't you?
No, I hate Crosby.
Okay. As long as we both hate Crosby, you can. Yeah,
if
that's
I saw
fine.
Crosby in a dark alley, one of us wouldn't come out of there.
That's funny. And then NBA, I don't know. I've always been a huge Pistons fan, so I don't know if I really have a second favorite. I don't know. Maybe the T-Wolves.
I'm a Raptors fan. What's happened? I don't know why. I had a Popeye Jones rookie card when I was a kid, and I think that turned me on to the Raptors for some reason.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's your NFL team? Number 2.
Oh, man.
I'm putting you on. I told you I was doing this. Come on.
I know.
Okay. So, Raptors, NHL. Is that easy for you?
NHL, I think Montreal.
That's respectable.
You go back to, this is another old team that's been very
Original
successful.
6.
Oh, yeah. definitely, I think Montreal. NFL, I think I got to go Philadelphia, not just because of their recent season. Oh, yeah, I jumped on the bandwagon. No, I was a Don McNabb fan. I mean,
do you eat poop, too, like their fans do?
No, I don't.
You associate with them now. I'm always going to remember you're a Philly fan and you like to eat poop.
I'm not a Philly fan, but out of necessity, I am. And then baseball, I just love baseball. It's tough for me to pick another team. Cubs. I think Cubs.
No.
That's because I went and saw a game at Wrigley and fell in love with the stadium. And
oh, yeah.
I mean, they were the only team, as a Detroit sports fan, they were the only team in sports I felt sorry for. Then they went
0-16 Lions fan.
Yes, and just years and years of abuse as a Tigers fan. But now that they won the World Series, it's the Browns. They suck. And that's it. That's all that's left.
Yeah, Browns are pretty bad.
But what's funny is they had their 0-16 season, and they embraced it.
Oh, yeah, parade.
Season, we crawled in a hole and never saw each other for...
They go parade. Their coach is jumping in like Erie. I think it's this week or next week.
Didn't he already do it?
No.
Oh.
Yeah. He was lucky. He waited till it got a little warmer. And those lakes don't get that warm, so
They should be worried about jumping in lakes, not winning games or anything, but
right.
jumping in lakes.
So, speaking of baseball, right?
Well, we were talking about football just there, but back to baseball.
Back to baseball. So I just wanted to point out Tim Tebow, his first 162 games in the minors, 12 home runs, 72 ribbies, and a 225 average. Is he going to make it or no?
He's still, he's creeping his way up in the minors.
He's Double-A now.
Yep. And if he does eventually make Triple-A or even a couple stints in the pros, it would be as a power hitter. I mean, with a 225 average, that's not exceptional, but he's got 72 ribbies and 12 bombs. 162 games, that's a full MLB season. That's a fairly respectable season for a rookie. He's got a little bit of shaping up to do. A lot of his swings are, I'm going to hit this ball a mile.
Oh, yeah. That's the way that the younger generation, well, or not younger, our generation is at playing baseball, though.
Oh, absolutely.
It's home run or strikeout.
Absolutely. Look at the clips of even late 80s, early 90s. The players, they would just, I'm going to put this ball in play. I don't care where it goes, I'm going to put this ball in play. If I hit a home run, it's an absolute fluke. Then all of a sudden, steroids came into the scene, and people are hitting home runs left and right, and now all the kids want to hit bombs.
I saw Castellanos do that the other night. He was bad. He kept swinging for the fence, and then he was down, 1-2, I think. And then he's like, I just got to put it in play. He went like 3 for 4 that night.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, so many kids just do not understand a two-strike approach.
No.
And that's what's frustrating as both a coach and a spectator watching these kids, because now that I'm to the age where a lot of the professional athletes are younger than me, it's depressing. I see
Where did I go wrong?
I would have applied myself, turned myself into a lefty, and been less fat. I would have been a really good athlete. But a lot of these baseball players right now,
fat comments.
I'm just not what I used to be. I carry it well though.
Keep telling yourself that.
So a lot of these players, they don't have this two-strike approach. It's I'm going to swing out of my shoes every single time, because home runs, they keep fans in the seats. They keep things interesting. Then you get the pitchers upset saying the balls are juice. Well, there's just so many home runs, and it's an ongoing debate. But get back to the roots of baseball. From a young age, these kids need to realize there's a difference between seeing a professional athlete hit a ball 450 feet and what they're capable of.
Right.
It's awesome when they hit a home run. It really is, especially at a really young age, 10, 11, 12 years old. But being able to instill in them, hey, when you're down, you don't need to get everything back in one swing.
Mm-hmm.
Hit the ball, put it in play. And it's something that I've seen become increasingly more difficult to instill in kids over the last few years.
That's true when I was coaching basketball, because when I was doing that now 8 years ago, whatever it was, is when the big 3-point shot started to really explode. And that was the same thing. All my team would do was shoot 3-pointers. I'm like, you're 12 years old. You can't even get the ball halfway there.
Kobe.
No. Exactly. Kobe. Hey, look at me hold my hand up here and airball it every time. No, like that. I tried so hard to instill in them. Take the ball to the basket, score, high percentage shots. Same thing with baseball, though, now. You don't always need to go for the big hit, the big shot. It's okay to score 2 points because 2 points is better than 0. It's okay to put the ball in play, get on first. Then the next guy puts the ball in play, and all of a sudden you got runners at the corners. So I understand where you're coming from with it and everything. It's frustrating to watch, but that's the way baseball's played now. I mean, you look at the Yankees and whatnot, it's literally home run or bust. And
they've got the most powerful lineup in the MLB as far as home run hitters. And they've got a stupid right field that makes it very easy to hit home runs.
Right. But that's what they're built for now.
Here's a question to throw you on the spot. How do you feel about baseball fields? Should they be all the exact same dimensions? Just like football fields?
No.
Good.
Because baseball is the oldest sport, and they already put replay in it, which is stupid. It's the last thing that makes hitters' parks and pitchers' parks what they are.
Yeah.
So,
I agree. But good for Tim Tebow. He's making waves in the minors.
all right.
So hand me one more, that's what I'm here for. I'm built for having a ball. I love the nightlife, I love my Bud Light. I like 'em cold and tall.
Since I already opened the bottle, beer of the podcast. What you got there?
New Holland Mischievous. What's the vintage on that?
May of 15.
2015, not 1915.
That'd be gross.
Since you're reading the bottle over there, you want to tell us some specs on it?
If I can find them.
Table. Should be on the back.
No, it's 1 pint and 6 ounce. No, there's nothing on the back.
Well, it's delicious beer.
I think it's like 5%, 5.5%. It's a wild ale. Earthy, spicy, little tart. It's not overly sour like Warhead or anything.
You call it a white sour, don't they, with Brettanomyces?
Yeah. Yep. The best thing beer I like about New Holland, there's a couple other breweries that do it. Rochester's one too. Is on the bottles and cans they put pairings: wild game, charcuterie, and stone fruit.
Good thing I shot that rabbit on the way in.
Exactly, because we're gonna go fry that thing up with the fish we saw golfing.
Oh man,
money.
Adam saw a fish golfing. He's gonna catch the little carp for mid-hole snack.
I did. I wanted to. I should have brought my fishing pole.
Cheers, Fred.
Cheers, brother.
Oh, great beer.
Oh, so good.
Great beer.
Damn.
That's
I can't believe it's already over 3 years old. That's money.
Adam remembers the day he got that beer.
We'll talk about that later. Stat of the podcast. What you got, homie?
So, some of you out there might already know this, but did you know that in World War II, the U.S. military designed their grenades to be the size and weight of a baseball? And their reasoning was, and I quote, "Any young American man should be able to properly throw it." So, in essence, in the 40s, any young American man should be able to throw a baseball. So why not take your grenade and make it baseball size and weighted so they can throw it at some Nazis? Brilliant.
You know, so when you start saying this stat, I'm sitting here thinking, where are you going with this? Kind of cool.
Isn't it?
I know.
I mean,
it's interesting.
It's really cool. I mean, it sort of ties in sports and history.
I don't know if it's a stat. I think it's more of a fact.
Oh, shoot. It is, isn't it?
We'll take it. We're good. I like it. It's interesting.
Well, we're going to change the stat of the podcast to the stat/fact of the podcast.
random information of the podcast.
Something that you can take to a trivia night and blow people away.
But don't take a grenade. And Matt is now laughing. NHL playoff update. Games tied 1-1 Vegas, Washington. Currently, Game 3 is going on right now. I know by the time anyone listens to this, it'll be over. Washington's up 2-0 with about 90 seconds left in the second. When Golden Knights made the Stanley Cup Finals, I thought it was a really cool story. First expansion team since '68, when the Blues from St. Louis made the Stanley Cup Finals. Now, the only asterisk on that is that entire conference was expansion team, so it was guaranteed to happen.
Absolutely.
So it's really cool. Yeah, you're in the Stanley Cup Finals in your first year. That's awesome. Keep doing your thing. It's a cool story, and I think if they do win, it'll be a great movie one day. There's 2 reasons that I don't want them to win. Okay?
What's number 2?
Now I got to think. I like it. Number 2. If they win, how many of those fans aren't coming next year? Because they've won it. Cool, we're good, ready for the next thing. It's Vegas. They're always looking for the next thing. If you give them a sniff of the Stanley Cup Finals and take it away, you're packing that stadium again next year.
One thing, though, too, with Vegas is a lot of those fans aren't necessarily people that live in Vegas. It's people that, Vegas is...
They're filling up the stadium, though.
No, it's very true. Very true. That raises a good point. But at the same token, why would they not look to repeat? Why would they? So this is the first time they've had this team. They're going to keep that core roster as solid as they can for next year. If they could be a repeat expansion team, that'd be incredible. Absolutely incredible. But either way, it's an amazing story. It's an amazing run. Who expected this team that essentially made up of mostly misfits to have the success that they did?
This perfectly transitions into point number 1.
Good.
Does this make the NHL look like a gimmick? Because you have a team of cast-offs. Granted, you have one of the best goalies of all time, but you have a team of cast-offs in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Absolutely not. I think it goes back to the debate of if you have a group of athletes participating for the same goal, they're going to succeed. You don't necessarily. It shows that if a team wants to fight for something, they can play as a team to get it. You don't need certain individuals to lead it. They can lead it together and achieve a goal.
Oh, I get that. I just think the general public, not necessarily us as actual sports and hockey fans, may look at it as hockey's already struggling in America. Why should we watch it now when a brand new team just won?
Hockey's been struggling.
Oh, no, it has for 10 years.
Why are we still watching NBA, though, when it's the same 2 teams in the playoffs or the same 2 teams in the championship every year?
That's ridiculous.
That's the complete opposite side of the spectrum.
Very true. Okay.
Where's the happy medium at?
The NFL. You got nothing, too, because you know I'm right.
No, it's always the Patriots.
No, it's not.
It's almost always the Patriots.
Okay. Give you that. So,
who's your money on?
Capitals, 6.
I think so, too. I just think that their camaraderie and the actual fact that they've been a team for more than a year.
Exactly. Marc-Andre Fleury, yeah, he's a great goalie. Don't get me wrong. The dude can straight up
goaltend.
Exactly. I was waiting for something cool to come to my head. I couldn't think of it. But, yeah, I think just the Capitals being together. Holtby's a great goalie. I do think it's funny, though. If the Knights do end up winning, this will be Fleury's third straight Stanley Cup championship, and he is the reason Ovechkin has never won.
Very true.
Which is just a weird kind of fact, but I think the Caps will win in 6.
And I still don't like Ovechkin.
And you're an idiot.
He could beat me up with one hand, tie me on his back, but I still don't
Oh,
like him.
easily.
Maybe both hands.
Yeah.
And a foot.
Ha. Gotcha. I was watching the Eastern Conference Finals with Washington, and it was really cool because it was a really hard-fought game, and at the very end, they do the handshake. I just wanted to touch on it real quick. I think that's one of the most respectable things in sports. Even when the Stanley Cup is won, they take time to go through and literally shake each other's hand. They don't do it any other game. Just
Absolutely.
the final game. I think it shows so much class, so much respect. I don't know how else to say it. I just think it's awesome.
It's great because it's, in a way, it's almost bringing them back to their very first hockey game.
Yeah.
Because after the game, they line up and they shake hands with the other kids across the ice. They don't do that. The MLB, they just shake their teammates' hands. That's it. Actually, for World Series, they just dogpile each other in the pitcher's mound.
Oh, yeah.
For NFL, it's just a mob of people in the middle of the field.
That's the way the
quarterbacks
NBA
find each
is,
other.
yeah.
The coaches find each other.
Yep.
Same thing with the NBA. NHL, they say, you know what? We just had a hard-fought series. Thank you for not killing me. I'm glad I didn't kill you. Let's make up, and I'll see you next year.
And I'll
hoist this
beat
cup.
your ass in
Yep.
the same way.
Absolutely.
You know.
So it's beautiful. It's an absolute beautiful thing in sports, and hopefully that never goes away. And I don't think
No,
it will.
I
mean,
don't
it's been
think it
there
will
for
either.
120 years, whatever it is. So
Every hockey fan I talk to, that's the one thing that sets the NHL and hockey away from every other sport is that last game going through, hey, we battled, we left all our blood and guts out there. Congratulations, or however you want to say it. But appreciate the effort. We'll see you next time.
Yep.
So golf. Yeah. So I cut my hand right before the last episode, right?
You did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. So it's healed. So I go out there and flub out a 54 on Thursday.
I did better than that.
Yep.
And I shot a 9 in a hole.
Hey, I walked off a hole with a 10, so I don't want to hear it.
Ooh.
Yeah. But yeah, we went out then, me and Matt just before this, golfed a lot better. I think it was like a 43 or something, and then making up other holes, I'm through 2. So doing good. Glad to be back. I was so tight. I didn't think 2.5 weeks would tighten me up that much. Holy crap. I don't know. I just need to keep golfing. And
Comes with age.
Yeah, because I'm old.
I golfed okay. I do a lot better when I try to hit a golf ball like a golf ball as
Yeah.
opposed to hitting it like a baseball.
Yeah, you keep your head down, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, I just look for the ball to go over the left field fence, and this doesn't work in my favor.
No, if it's going the other fairway to the right.
Every time. Adam's back in the grind with golf. I think his secret is to go hit 3 holes before he actually starts his round.
Yep.
So he's going to get there early and jump on a random foursome, and then
I'm not getting there early. I wish. Got things to do. Wife to please. Yeah. How's Hank?
Hank's actually he's great. We had a bit of a scare yesterday. He almost got hit by a car.
That's me knocking on wood.
It was very scary. We were playing wiffle ball in the yard, and he chased after a foul ball. He's just trying to play with everybody, and a truck pulling a trailer locked him up and just missed him. So other than that, he's doing great. He hasn't chewed anything up lately. That's me knocking on wood. And he hasn't made Shayna too mad lately, so that's great as well. He's about to be a big brother, so hopefully he can handle not having all the attention.
You'll be shocked how well he does with the baby.
Yes, I will be, because I've seen how well he does with literally everything else.
right. That's funny. All right. You got anything else?
I don't think so. I think it's a pretty good show.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks, guys, for listening. We do have email if you ever want to reach us, send us a, hey, great job, hey, you guys are horrible, and stop doing what you're doing. mattandmuse@gmail.com. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all at Matt and Muse. And we actually just got a phone number. You can call us, text us, leave us a voicemail. If you want to sponsor us and want us to call you back, we will. That number is 989-372-1391.
Could you say that one more time, please?
989-372-1391.
Okay, just want to make sure I heard that right.
All righty. Thank everyone for listening. And, quick little note. We're going to start doing Matt and Muse overtimes, a random little 30-minute podcast, depending on who's around, if we have a cool group of dudes or something like that, something to talk about. So we have one coming up. This is going to post Monday. We'll have one coming up later this week.
All
it
right.
is going to be a blast.
We can only hope. I sure hope so.
You'll hear more later.
All right, everybody. See ya.
Get along down the road. We got a long, long way to go. Scared to live, scared to die. We ain't perfect, but we try. Get along while we can. Always give love the upper hand. Paint a wall, learn to dance. Call your mom, buy a boat, drink a beer, sing a song, make a friend. Can't we all get along?